It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The first carry down. This is Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby.
To throw is Bridgewater. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
44, Mike, 44. I got one. Fofo to Mike. Mike's Fofo. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Here's Bridgewater. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
First down, Saints.
Ready. 60 out low. Watch twist. 45. Mike, 45. Time to go, night. Hey, check Mike, 45. You can't block me. Let it go.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 51 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Wait. Check. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, exit.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. It's a give to Freeman running right.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready. 58 for Mike. Get ready. Check. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, Zoo.
Pick up the ball. 58.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 1-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, pick it up.
On the ground, Kamara. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 99 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And that run we just saw of 99 yards ties for the longest in NFL history.
How about that? Wasn't that Tony Dorsett in Minnesota?
In 83.
For Dallas?
On a Monday night, yeah.
And only 10 guys lined up on offense on that play.
How about that? And we just saw a record equalizer right there from 99 yards away. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Mike 25! You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Here's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I'm here all day. Get up!
Now it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
39. Hey, orbit. General West. Man, I got you. Man, I got Hey, white. Whip. Watch the whip. Ready to go.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes, right side. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
That's the way.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. Here's Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Yeah. 45, 45, Mike, 45. All right, T, let's go. All right, T, Haywood. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Marcus Davenport, his second sack of the night.
Hey, Tuesday. Check. Gun. Roy.
To try again after the sack. Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Marcus Davenport bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Sack, baby. Sack.
We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Throwing on third and long. Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on fourth down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. That punt returned 69 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Ryan Jones has it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
At 58 is the mic. Go 58 to the mic. And let's get that ball.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, wait. Here we go, D. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Hey. High 7. Get out.
Out of the gun. It's Ryan. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one.
I'm with you totally. I would sit.
And they get to Bridgewater. Bridgewater taken down in the end zone for a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Pick up the first.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
A first down carry for Smith. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now it's Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check.
Right there.
80 weapon.
Switch.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
49, check 49. Hey, Delta.
On 4th down, Ryan caught by Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 40 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
You got time right there.
20. Good job. Ready to go.
Again, Ryan. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Bridgewater on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
66, bullet, ha. You better bring.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. He gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Second down and goal. Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Dancing to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Ready. Back 25.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
20.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
Ryan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Four down, check, four down. 45's the mic, 45's the mic. I got it. 45. Mike,
on third down, Bridgewater. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go. 1500. I'm trying to collect.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Being chased out left. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Coming to you.
And again, it's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Yeah. Check 45 the mic. 6 man. Check curls. Hustle. 45 the mic. I got it.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
45. Mike, 45. Crunch down. Hey, check.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend as his guys continue to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road, week one. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 75 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
45. Mike, 45. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready,
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now it's Freeman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, Smith. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, 57 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Got it.
Motion.
Hey, South. Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike.
From the shotgun, Ryan. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Let's go now. Time of the ending. 45 to Mike. Hey, get me what's more.
To throw, Bridgewater. He's got Smith here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Let's go, defense.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Ready? Mike, 45. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Whoa.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go.
45. Yeah. Come on, D. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Watch the run.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Move. Everyone got four down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long.
45. Mike, 45. Check.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Go. 45. Mike, 45. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
From the gun, Bridgewater steps away to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Running with Kamara. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Low
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Come on. Max, walk. Max, come on.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On third down, here's Kamara. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. It's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason.